We are live. There we go. Like, what? Okay. What's over here? Oh, the pillow. Okay. Hello. Welcome. We are talking all about a thing called the maybe bin. This maybe bin is like an organizational decluttering strategy that I love using. I personally think it is like an easy tool to add to your little like organizing toolbox so you don't get overwhelmed. Things aren't like super crazy when you're like ready to take action, and it helps reduce the kind of like initial questioning doubt of getting rid of something. So, we're going to talk all about what a baby bin is, how you can use it, and kind of like some places to store it. Because I think that's also a thing that we don't always like discuss. So, this is the last episode of the podcast. Next Wednesday, I do have kind of like a little finale type of thing, but the mini series on organizing tune-ups was all about organizing overwhelm and how to really streamline your organizing so we can reduce that overwhelming feeling when you're organizing and decluttering. And this last one was all about the maybe bin and how you can use it. So in the podcast episode, I break down some strategies, but I figure we would do a live on this topic and just kind of like chat more about it because it might not be something you're familiar with. In the organizing world, there are some very specific and hard and fast rules that people follow, and those might not work for you. So, if you found, again, I go back to this, if you found an organizing strategy that works for you, don't change it, just stick with it. Because there's so many ways to think about organizing. Not everybody thinks about it the same. And that's the exact reason why I'm like, okay, if these other methods haven't worked for you, let's try this. So, the idea in the organizing world is for a very long time, it was like, hold it once and make your decision if you're going to keep it or not. Like, touch it once and then decide. Now, if you are somebody who might need a little bit more time, are unsure, dealing with family members stuff, maybe you have like ADHD, maybe your mind is racing, maybe there's some like anxiety, some stress just in you. And at that moment in time, you aren't 100% sure if you can get rid of something. Instead of making a hard and fast decision to, there's my microphone, to get rid of an item, store it in the maybe bin. Now, this bin is located somewhere in your house. We'll get into that in a little bit. It's located somewhere in your house, and it's just kind of like the stopping point before it goes donate, sell, or back in your house. So, like, let's say you have a piece of clothing that you're like, our jean jacket's back in. Should I be keeping this? I don't know. I'm unsure. You're going to put it in the maybe bin. And then you're going to set a thing on your phone, a timer, a reminder. You're going to set it on your phone so you know in 1 month, 2 months, whatever you decide is like a rough amount of time to decide. Seasonal things, sometimes it might be a longer time. A jean jacket you're not always going to wear in the winter in the Midwest. Okay. Or even like just anywhere there's snow, odds are you're not wearing a jean jacket in the middle of winter. So if you're deciding to keep that or not, you might have to wait until spring or summer to make that decision rather than like a month time. Month is typically my like, you'll know on most items, but seasonal things might need a little more time. And that's okay because you want to be smart about what you're keeping. And to me, this is an easy visual way to think through, am I being smart about what I'm keeping? Because I'm going to know if I need it or not. So you're going to take your jean jacket, you're going to put it in your maybe bin. You're going to set your reminder on your phone. So you pop it up like the day of or the day before, an hour before a time, so that it pops up. So you get that reminder to check the maybe bin for your jacket. Check the maybe bin for whatever it is. If in that time, I'm going to use a month just kind of as our gauge. If in that month you realize, hey, this outfit would look really cute with the jean jacket, you know where it is. It's in your maybe bin. You can go grab that. You can go put it on and be like, okay, I'm going to wear this. So I'm going to keep this. So I'm being smart about my decluttering because I now know I use this. So it doesn't need to stay in the maybe bin. I can now keep it. Or after that month, you find, hey, that jean jacket's still in there and I am not missing it. So I'm being smart about my decluttering and I am okay donating, selling, giving away, just get out of the house. Whenever I say get rid of, it's donate, sell, give, gift to someone, give away. Any of that kind of stuff is in that vein because it's just to list them all out is a lot. So give away, get rid of is all of those things in together. So you're going to take your maybe bin and put the things that you are unsure of. Not the things you know. If you know 100%, I don't wear this. I don't use this. I don't enjoy it. This has been sitting in my basement for 2 years. This has been blocking stuff in my house for like 8, 9 years. You can get rid of it. That just goes away. That's not a maybe bin type of item. The maybe bin items are those question mark items where you look at it and you're like, I don't know. I don't remember the last time I used it, but I'm not ready to part with it because there's a chance I could still use it. Create that maybe bin. So any sort of bin, basket, bag, anything can count as a maybe bin. And then use that bin, that bag, that basket, whatever it is, as your spot to collect all those things. And then when your timer thing reminder goes up on your phone, you can go back to the maybe bin, pull out something that, okay, it was like this jean jacket. Okay, so I'm going to donate, sell something with the jean jacket. And then you also notice, hey, there have been a couple like seasonal things that I know are coming up on like their time in the maybe bin. And since I'm going to go donate, I am comfortable removing some of these other items from the maybe bin and go donate them all together or go sell them all together or go gift them all together, whatever it is. Or there recently I've seen a lot of like clothing swaps or like decor swaps. If you do any of those, like that might be a fun collect all of the maybe things you aren't sure of. And then like the day before the swap, collect all of the stuff that you're like, okay, no, I'm ready to like get some new stuff. And then, or like the free, buy nothing groups. That's the name of it. I'm like, what is it called? Any of those type of things. Find a way to remove the stuff in the maybe bin that you now know is a no. Because after a while, maybe turns to yes or no. Maybe doesn't always stay maybe. So so then to set up your maybe bin, you get your bin, your basket, a bag, whatever. You find a location that's kind of out of the way. If you're doing this with kid stuff too, I would recommend kind of like out of sight, out of mind type of space. Also, if ADHD, you get very distracted by like a lot of things that you see, put it in a like cabinet, a cupboard, a top shelf of a closet, garage, basement, something out of the way so that it's not directly in your face every time you like walk by to get your shoes. Okay. Somewhere out of your normal path of using your space, but still accessible. So if you find yourself needing something, you know where to go. Then as you're decluttering, so if you're choosing room, if you're choosing category, if you're choosing like one whole weekend, you're just going to like top to bottom go. Whatever method you're choosing, pick that and then go. Keep your maybe bin, put all of those truly maybe items, And the way to like figure out the maybe items, it's like if you're like, okay, where are you going to store this? Like, oh, I'm unsure. Where are you going to store it? Well, I don't know. Are you going to use it? Well, I don't know. When was the last time you used it? Well, I don't know, but I might end up using it for this. And you have a specific thing in mind. To me, that's like a solid maybe. Like you have a specific purpose. It's not a, well, maybe I'm going to use this milk carton to create a craft. It's not that. You have something specific in mind that's why you're collecting it in the maybe bin. And so that's where I want you to like gather those maybe items. The maybe like, well, one day type of items don't necessarily need to be in the maybe bin. Those things are typically a no. This is where I'm going to be like totally honest with you. I've found over what 11, 12 years of doing in-home organizing, and then, 7 years teaching, 8 years. What was it? 2, 4, 6, 7, 7 years teaching. Um, I found if it is not a solid yes, and there is not a direct path of like, I will use this if with like a plan, then it's definitely a no. So if like the jean jacket, okay, I have a couple dresses that like this can go over. I've been wearing this jean jacket like all spring. Um, so or here, I'm gonna use a candle as an example. Another like it's a decor item. Do I actually need this? Well, let's think about this. What, it's fine. Do I love it? It's fine. But do I have like an idea for a well, I could use it if I needed to create like a spread on my dining room table. Okay. Like we're talking through this process. So I'm going to hold on to it for a month. And if I don't do this like spread on my dining room table for a party or get together or something, then I can be confident that no, then I'm not going to do that spread design on my dining room table. I can donate, sell, get rid of, swap, buy nothing, whatever. So you put it in the maybe bin and then you figure out if you actually need it or not. And then if once that time comes up, then you're going to have a solid answer, yes or no, keep or get rid of. So that's just kind of like how I recommend thinking through that entire process. When you kind of like change the idea of like, it doesn't have to be a hard yes or a hard no, you can have the possibility of maybe with the parameters around the maybe. Like that's the word I'm looking for. Parameters around the maybe is going to be such a game changer in how you organize and declutter because you aren't or don't feel the need to take everything for yourself. Like it doesn't always need to be um just what you it doesn't always have to be like a yes or a no. Sorry, train of thought went like all over the place. Um, it doesn't have to be solid yes or no. It can be a maybe with the parameters of, okay, if we think about this, I could potentially need this in X, Y, or Z situation. So if X, Y, or Z situation comes up in the next 2 months, I can use that as my justification to keep or get rid of. And so that's the focus of where we're going with the maybe bin. So, where to store this thing? Really, you want to think about a spot in your house or apartment or space that's kind of out of the way. Like um it's not like the direct line of like where you walk or um anything, but it's still like you can still get to it. So I would not recommend storing it in like the back corner of your basement storage area where you have other things in front of it. But I also wouldn't recommend putting it like on the bench in a mudroom. So we got to find like happy medium. Most places I've seen people store maybe bins, garages, kind of like a corner of the garage. The in a basement, but like not storage area part of the basement, like a closet, like under the stairs, an extra closet, like extra bedroom closet. laundry room, like above the washer and dryer. So like not the shelf that holds the like detergents and stuff, but like higher above that. In an office area, if you have like a cabinet, an armoire type of thing in one of those cabinets, because then it's like not in your face, but it's still accessible. So you want to think about where is accessible, but like not invasive. And then use the maybe bin. Every time you go into the maybe bin, see if there is something that you know now that you can like part with. What can I get rid of from this maybe bin? Or what do I like? What have I been looking for and haven't been able to find? And oh, here it is. Because sometimes that happens too. So I also recommend, like, if you are going to, before you go to the store, because you're or order on Amazon or, pick up or whatever, go check your maybe bin first. This is going to be a great way to also stop like compulsive buying if you notice like, oh, I just quickly purchase things and then realize I don't need it after the fact. So you can check your maybe bin first to see if you have something. And then if you do use that, now you didn't have to spend any money. It's another great tool just to kind of like reset and refocus where you are with like everything in your home. So I am a huge fan of the maybe bin. I think it really helps with the organizing and the overwhelm that can come with like decluttering and everything. So I recommend finding a spot for your maybe bin that's like accessible but not in the way. Use it as you declutter. Set up the specific like dates reminders on your phone. Give it enough time for you to like see if you actually use it, but not enough time that it just sits there forever. You don't want like your jean jacket sitting in the maybe bin for over a year. You're going to have already known if you wore it in the time of jean jacket season. And if you didn't wear it in the time of jean jacket season, then you can get rid of it. And if you did, then pull it out, take that timer reminder out of your phone, and then also assess what else is in there. So just kind of keep using those reminders as like, okay, let's assess what is in this maybe bin that I can then, maybe declutter some more. And it takes the stress off of deciding, do I need to keep this right in this moment? So I hope you take action. I have a free workbook, the Minimize and Simplify workbook. It has been, honestly, the feedback I've gotten on this, it has helped like we've close to like 300 people that have downloaded the workbook. So it's been like super great. Like everyone's really enjoying the Minimize and Simplify workbook. So it's completely free because my goal is to help you organize for good. Like I would love to be out of a job because you all can organize and don't need my content anymore. So that is like the focus of the freebies and the content that I put on here because I want you to feel empowered and to take action on organizing. So where you're watching this video, there's the Minimize and Simplify workbook. So I want you to download that and take action on it. I give some steps on how to use it and everything. So I hope you enjoy that. And I will see you next week on Friday, 2 Central, 1 Eastern. I have to count. I'm Central, 2, 1, 12. Oh, it's 12 East Coast time or West Coast time. And 5 hours away, Hawaii time. So I will see you all next week. I think we're just going to kind of be like answering random questions. So make sure to share any thoughts, feedback, comments, new topics that you want covered. We're going to be breaking down some super fun things we're going to be doing next season on organizing tune-ups. So I hope you also subscribe to Organizing Tune-Ups. Down below is Apple Podcasts where you can listen. You can listen on Spotify, Audible, Amazon Music, and there's a bunch of others, Pandora, a ton of others. So go to organizingtuneups.com and you can see all of the places where you can listen or stream No, it's not stream. Listen to Organizing Tune-Ups. Oh boy. Guys, it's Friday. Ooh, enjoy the long weekend, and I will see you next Friday.